I agreed to all of their demands, and then wake up this morning and they send out a letter saying how much they love the First Amendment and freedom of speech, and they're so committed to it. But we're just canceling her anyway.
So what does that mean exactly? They're canceling it. That means they're not allowing you to speak there, these supporters of the First Amendment?
Well, we'll find out if they arrest me when I show up to give my speech.
The tense scene unfolded on another campus just hours ago when conservative commentator Ben Shapiro was prevented from stepping foot onto the campus of DePaul University in Chicago. Shapiro was invited by DePaul's Young Americans for Freedom chapter, attempting to defy a ban instituted against him in August, when the university said Shapiro was not welcome to speak on campus due to security concerns, allegedly. Here's how it unfolded.
The bottom line is it's private property, okay, that the proper procedures weren't followed, and you're not going to allow it.
So am I to understand that if I take 3 steps forward, you will attempt to have me arrested?
If you create a problem and you will not, leave the campus, yes.
Okay, so just to be clear, if I attempt to enter that hall right there and sit down just to listen to somebody speak, or if I attempt to ask a question or to engage in free speech, you will have me arrested.
At this point, yes, sir.
I'm also glad that in a city, I mean, clearly you have great security. I'm glad in a city that has some 4,000 shootings to this date, you have 30 members of security just for a 5'9", 165 Jewish guy.
Wow. Joining me now in a Kelly File exclusive, Ben Shapiro, editor-in-chief of the Daily Wire. Here we go again, Ben. Here we go again. It's incredible how, I mean, time after time, these college campuses won't even let you speak because you get shouted down by intolerant people when you try to go, and then they say it's a security concern.
Yeah, it really is amazing. This one was actually particularly amazing because there wasn't a protester anywhere in sight. So you had 30 security people
but they could picture one in their heads.
Right, exactly. So they'd actually internalized the rioters so well that now they could actually reflect them back out to the world. They're tolerant of anything except somebody actually giving a speech on the topic of free speech. That is the actual topic of speech that I was
say that again. Say that again.
The speech that I was giving was about free speech, and they are tolerant enough to ban it. So that was exciting.
It's unbelievable. You were not allowed to speak about free speech at all. This is what modern-day university campuses have come to. Not in all cases. There's the University of Chicago that denied people their safe spaces. But in this case, so you showed up there to make a point about free speech, and you were arrested. Now, does this have any public dollars coming its way, this university?
I don't know. It's a private university, which is why I didn't actually just attempt to walk right past security. If it's a public university, then I would have done so under my First Amendment rights. It's a private university. So once they'd made clear that I would be arrested if I took 2 steps forward, then what I did instead is Christina Hoff Sommers, who joined me at this lecture, she actually Skyped me into the lecture hall, and then we told everybody in the lecture hall to get up and walk out, and we all walked over to a theater that was about 3 blocks away and did the event anyway.
What do the kids who, if there are kids who are protesting, young adults, your presence, say? Do you know?
Well, I mean, I think that they're just offended by anybody who has a differing point of view. I mean, I'm speaking tomorrow at University of Wisconsin at Madison, and one of the key reasons that they're protesting me, apparently the big protests are planned, is because I'm pro-Trump, which is weird since I wasn't. So they're just making things up. Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. And then they will let controversial figures from the left come and speak. It's just not somebody who's got strong views from the right. We've seen it so many times. Ben, good for you for trying. Thanks for being here.
Thanks a lot.
Remember that old First Amendment chestnut? The answer to speech you do not like is not less speech, it's more speech. It's like an important principle.
To give my speech.
Defiance and Coulter saying she still plans to speak at UC Berkeley next week, despite the school canceling her scheduled appearance. School officials are citing safety concerns, but is it more about the content of her conservative message? Jonathan Hunt is live from Los Angeles. All right, Jonathan, what else are we hearing from Ms. Coulter about her plans?
Well, Ann Coulter's position is very simple, really, Shannon. It is that no school that accepts public funds in any way can or should ban free speech. Here's more of Ann Coulter with Tucker last night.
This is a taxpayer-funded institution, not to mention lots of kids getting federal money to be there. You know, Attorney General Jeff Sessions should be looking at this.
Now, UC Berkeley officials say it's not about free speech, it's about the safety of students on campus, and it's about proper planning. Listen here.
If we had had adequate time to work with the Berkeley College Republicans to plan for this event, to locate a venue, to let the police do the sort of security assessment they needed to do, I'm pretty confident this event would have been happening on April 27th.
Ms. Coulter says it will happen on April 27th, whether the UC likes it or not. Shannon.
All right, for a university known as the home of the free speech movement, Berkeley's been shutting down a lot of speakers recently, right?
Yeah, and of course, most notoriously in February, when the young and very controversial conservative commentator Milo Yiannopoulos was prevented from speaking. He had a speech planned. He was forced to pull out amid violent protests, something left-wing activists who battled police on campus that night considered a major victory. Others, of course, consider it a major blow to free speech and to the principle that anyone should be allowed to speak on any college campus. And then, of course, as recently as this past weekend, pro- and anti-Trump demonstrators fought violently at dueling demonstrations in a Berkeley park. That was part of the city of Berkeley, not on campus. But the bottom line on the Ann Coulter situation, Shannon, is this. She says she will speak. College Republicans say they will find an off-campus venue. And after all, there are winners and losers in this. The left-wing activists are winners. They're getting a lot of publicity for their cause. Whichever way it goes, Ann Coulter is probably a winner because she's going to sell a lot more books thanks to this publicity. The only real loser in this, you have to say, is UC Berkeley and that long-fought-for reputation for being a bastion of free speech. That seems to be disappearing pretty quickly right now, Shannon.
All right, Jonathan Hunt, thank you very much.